Hello po mga kababayan, kamusta po kayong lahat? And once again, welcome po dito sa Simply Talkies Vlog. Tayo po ay magbibigay ng maiksing komento, opinion at reaksyon sa mga mainit na usaping politika sa ating bansa. And shout out po lahat sa inyo, no? Sa ating mga channel subscribers, mga nagla-like at nagsishare ng ating mga videos. Hindi na po natin pahabain dahil ito po yung part 2 nung pagbibigay ng statement ng ICC spokesperson Dr. Paddy L. Abdalla tungkol po dyan sa tinatanong ni BP Sara Pusit Duterte no, nasaan daw yung pangalan ng 30,000 na namatay sa EJK at tinawag niyang mga bobo ang lawyers ng biktima ng extrajudicial killings ng tatay niya. Ngayon po, nagbigay na po ng pahayag si Dr. L. Abdalla ng ICC tungkol dyan. So panoorin nyo na lang po yung ating isang video. At ito namang second part natin ay kung saan sinagot din niya yung nais gawin ng lead counsel o lawyer ni Digong na kung saan nais nilang ipa-thrown out yung kaso because of jurisdictional issue. No, jurisdiction daw po. Kasi lagi nilang sinasabi wala nang jurisdiction ang ICC sa Pilipinas kasi po umalis po si Digong dyan noong 2019, no? At ganun din po, eto lang si Pangulong Marcos nung una, 'di ba? Hindi niya kinikilala ang jurisdiction ng ICC. Sabi niya may jurisdiction issue no? Pero sa aking opinion, parang pinoprotektahan niya lang ang Digonggong. Kaso alam niyo naman, ika nga nila, pag puno na ang salop dapat nang kalusin. Ganyan din ang lintayan ni Bato 'di ba? Sinungaling ang presidenteng ito dahil sinabi niya sa akin hindi siya makikipag-cooperate sa ICC. Pero hindi naman sa ICC nakipag-cooperate ayon sa mga kasamahan nila, kundi sa Interpol. O ngayon, mga kababayan, wag sana kayong magalit do sa sinabi natin, sa opinion ko lang po 'yon, no? Sa akin lang opinion. Parang gusto pong protektahan talaga ni Pangulong Marcos si Digong, bahala na kung anong sasabihin ng mga anti-Marcos, mga dilawan o kakamping, pero proprotektahan niya ang matandang Duterte. Kaso nga lang, sa kagaguhan ni Duterte, sobrang mayabang, patuloy ang pang-aalipusta sa Pangulong Marcos at sa pamilya nito, kasama na ang mga minions nila, sige, bahala kayo. Suffer the consequences ngayon. Ako nga ang pinakaalas ninyo para hindi kayo masukbit ng ICC. Ayan. Alam ko kayang-kayang saluhin lahat ng Pangulo yung gagawing pambadabatikos ng mga anti-Marcoses. Pero hindi po yung pinahalagahan ni Digong kasi mga ganid sila sa kapangyarihan. Ayan. Ngayon, ito namang lead counsel nila naniniwala sa mga pinagsasabi ng mga kakampi ni Digong na walang jurisdiction. Yun na lang ang nakikita nitong si Nicholas Kaufman, naniniwala ka dyan? Matagal ka ng ICC lawyer sa mga defense, naniniwala ka pa rin dyan? Tingnan mo ang history ng mga Duterte minions, mga sinungaling yan. Eto po, sinagot na sila ni Dr. L. Abdalla tungkol sa jurisdiction. Kasi ito po ang sabi ni Nicholas Kaufman, yung lead counsel ni Digong. Former President Duterte's legal defense team is expected, however, to file arguments before the confirmation of charges hearing. So magpapile na sila ng motion. Sabi nga ni Talakitok Roque, kung ako lang ang lawyer ni Digong, magpapile ka agad ako ng motion to dismiss para hindi na darating pa yung hearing, no, sa confirmation ng mga charges. I-file mo na kaagad para ma-thrown out kasi jurisdiction issue. Ganon din tong sinasabi ngayon, mukhang nakinig siya kay Roque. Duterte's lead counsel, British-Israeli lawyer Nicholas Kaufman said he is hoping to present jurisdictional argument before the court. So bago pa dumating yung pre-trial hearing, yung confirmation hearing ni Digong sa September 23, 2025, magpapal na siya ng argument about jurisdictional arguments or meron pa yan kidnapping daw, illegal arrest. Ayan. Ito po ang sabi ni Kaufman, quote, I believe that there is a strong argument, tandaan nyo, strong argument for the lack of ability to exercise jurisdiction given the Philippines withdrawal from the birth statute. I hope that the judges will accept my submission. O ayun daw, nananalangin siya, umaasa siya. But, eto na, yung spokesperson ng ICC na si Dr. Fadi L. Abdallah. But, L. Abdallah maintained, the ICC did not lose its jurisdiction on the alleged crimes against humanity committed between November 1st, 2011 and March 16, 2019. The Philippines withdrawal from the ICC Rome Statute took effect on March 17, 2019. Ito rin yung argumento ng ating Supreme Court. Ito po yung statement ng ating Supreme Court that ICC has jurisdiction from the time frame na naganap yung insidente o aksidente o yung krimen habang nandoon tayo, member tayo ng body na yan. Ayun din ang ini-echo nitong si Abdallah, hindi nawalan ng jurisdiction ng ICC sa inyo kasi naganap yung krimen during na time kayo ay member pa. O, so tanga lang si Digong talaga. Para lang ma-shield niya yung sarili niya, feeling niya, alis na kami niyan, wala ng jurisdiction. Pero may nagawa kang krimen eh. 'Di ba? O ilan niya no? 2011 to 2019, almost 9 years mga kababayan. Article 127 of the Rome Statute states that a state withdrawal does not affect. Pag nag-withdraw ka daw, it doesn't affect the jurisdiction of the court over crimes committed while the state was a party. Doon ka nagkamali, Digong. Akala mo, pag umalis ka na, sakop na yon. Hindi pa eh. Kailan ka natanggal? March 17. Yung kinakaso sa'yo, naganap ang krimen November 1st, 2011 to March 16, 2019. Sakop ka. Hindi porket umalis ka na, hindi ka nasasakupin. Ayan ang napala mo. Abdallah also cited ICC jurisprudence in the case of Burundi, where the ICC retained jurisdiction over alleged crimes committed in the East African country during its Rome Statute membership from December 1st, 2004 to October 26, 2017. Despite its withdrawal on October 27, 2017. Pare-pareho sila. Akala nila makakalusot sila, hindi po. So wala. Yung inaasahan ni Kopman na sana ma-tone out itong kaso ni Digong because of jurisdiction, ayan, nagbigay na ng example si Dr. Eb Abdallah. Ayan no? Baka itong si Burundi, nirepresenta rin ni Kopman. Hindi tinanggap ng mga hurado eh. May jurisdiction kami. Kala nyo? A withdrawal only affects the future. Meaning that the ICC will not have jurisdiction for the future after the withdrawal became effective. But not for the crimes committed allegedly during the moment where the Philippines were still back then a state party. So wala na silang jurisdiction after na nag-take effect yung ating pag-alis. Pero during na nandun ka, may nakomit kang crime, sapul ka. Wala kang lusot. Kaya Kopman, sige. Kopman also said that their team will be applying for former President interim release. Ito na, pangalawa. Jurisdiction, interim release. Ano ang sabi ni Roque, mga kababayan? Kung napanood yung isa nating vlog dyan. Si Roque, sabi niya, malabo nang ma-interim release yan. Wag nyo nang isipin yung interim release. Mag-file ka na kaagad ng motion to dismiss because of jurisprudence. Ayan. Nagmamagaling talaga si Roque, mga kababayan. Now, ano po ang sagot dyan ni Dr. L. Abdallah? He said the right is granted to suspect because all presume innocent until proven guilty. However, sabi niya, there are a number of factors to be considered and several conditions attached to the interim release, yung provisional release, in case it is granted according to the ICC's legal framework. May susundin pa palang mga legalities. There will be a need to convince the judges that this person, yun daw si Digong, i-convince niya yung mga judge that he will be cooperating with the court o makikikooperate siya sa korte kung ano po yung desisyon ng korte. will be present before the judges at the moment when they order his or her presence, will not be creating obstacle for the investigation, and will not be continuing eventually to commit crimes. Ayun po yung mga kondisyon, yung mga nasa legal framework. Naku, may tumutunog na sasakyan, may nag-a-alarm ang kababayan. Ha? It might be also a conditional release, meaning that the judge will be imposing a specific condition on the person, but also asking the state in which he or she may be released to accept the release. O ayun. Anong sabi ng bansang Pilipinas? Correct me if I'm wrong. Hindi namin siya tatanggapin kasi wala kayong jurisdiction sa amin. Hindi pwede yung conditional release kasi walang tatanggap na bansa sa kanya. Baka pwede yan China. Baka malay nyo, Chinese citizen pala si Digong. But also to accept the implementation of a set of measures that may be designed to in order to ensure that this person will not run away o hindi mag-aala kibuloy, hindi mag-aala bantag, hindi mag-aala tebes, o di ba? Knowing Digong, pag inuwi sa Pilipinas ay good luck. Baka lalo pang mas worse yang kay kibuloy o bantag. Oo, pumunta ka na rin lang ng Timor-Leste, Digong. Pumunta ka na lang ng Timor-Leste, tingnan mo si Tebes. Happy siya doon, pag-golf lang siya, ha? Okay? Will not endanger the investigation and will not be committing any crimes during the interim release. With regard to the legal aid that Duterte family is planning to avail of, may legal aid pa, di ba? Naalala nyo? El Abdallah assured that funding assistance is available for the legal representation of both the defense and the victims. The process will however require financial investigation. Ito sinabi niya na. Kailangan imbestigahan ang finances ni Digong. Impossible cooperation with countries involved. Ano kung may nakatagong yaman sa Swiss. O di ba yung BPI na lang na 100 million? Tingnan nyo naman yung bag ni Build. Naka-Prada. Ano ang sabi doon sa posting ni Benji Contreras? Ilang libong dolyar. Yung hambag niya. Ayun ba ang problema sa finances? Di ba mga kababayan? Ayan po binigyan na ng komento statement yung mga sinasabing jurisprudence, interim release at legal aid sa kanila. Ayan. Ngayon, kung babalik ta rin pa yan ng mga DD shit, ay may problema na talaga yung kayo sa utak. Ha? Ano pa ang sabi dito ng ICC spokesperson? Impartial, meaning balanse. Walang kinikilingan itong ICC. Ha? What is important to highlight is that the judges will only decide based on the legal applicable rules and based on the evidence that is submitted before them. So anything that is outside of this framework and outside what is presented to them by the parties and the participants to the proceeding are by definition issues that cannot be taken into consideration by the judges and will not have an impact on their decision in relation to the charges. So ayun, kung may mga may hindi applicable dun sa kaso ni Digong na mga sinasama ng defense, ay hindi yun titignan ng hurado. Ang aano na is applicable rules and based on the evidences that is submitted before them. Ayan para wala nga naman bias. Okay? Pinaalalahanan pa ni Abdallah, ang mga tao. Sabi niya, Abdallah said ICC courts put all necessary measures to ensure the physical and psychological well-being of all detainees. Si Digong, gasarap ng buhay niya dyan. He also guaranteed the court's impartiality in resolving cases as it tackles the most serious crimes of concern to the international community. Why is the ICC existing? It is because serious crimes had been committed in different places in the world and there has been no accountability for this crime. Correct. Kasi nga, pag sa korte ka sa atin nagpasa, malay nyo, i-threaten nung mga Duterte at mga minions nila. O di kaya, i-whitewash na lang kasi kakampi. O di kaya, nasuhulan na. Kaya, takbo ng ICC sila, Colmenares sila, Trillanes. So the ICC is dealing with cases because there are victims who are still waiting to see justice and to know the truth and to see eventually people who might be responsible facing justice and making sure that there is a mechanism of accountability. We have a duty towards the victim to try as much as possible to make sure that the truth is revealed, and thus it, if a person is responsible, then he is or she is punished. And if he is innocent, then this is clarified for everyone. O correct, kaya mag-antay tayo. Sana naman ako, ang panalangin ko, mapunta ito sa full-blown trial. Hindi yung itatapon na lang, no? Kasi there are so many victims. 43, isa, dalawa, 10, biktima pa rin sila. O ngayon, mga kababayan, doon na po nagtatapos yun, no? So, nagbigay na po ng clear statement ang ICC spokesperson through the person of Dr. Fadi El Abdallah. Now, may isa pong ambassador, no, sa bansang Pilipinas na mukhang ikinatuwa ang successful arrest ni Digong at siya po ay nadala sa dahig. Diyan po sa politiko, sabi diyan, Swiss envoy calls Duterte arrest a success for international law. O yan. Ba, mukhang yari ta. Baka sugurin ka na ano, ha? Mukhang susugurin ito ng mga Duterte minions, no? Swiss Ambassador to the Philippines, Dr. Nicholas Broll, emphasized the importance of human rights in international law following the recent arrest of former President Digong. Speaking at a media reception in Makati City on Tuesday night, he described the development as a positive step for global justice. O mukhang ano to, mukhang itong Swiss Ambassador sa Pilipinas ay ano siya, advocate ng human rights, ha? Human rights are cornerstone of international public law. Switzerland, as a member of the ICC, is dedicated to defending this law. Yun naman pala no? While acknowledging that the decision to cooperate with the ICC was made by the Philippine government, Broll said the case represents a success for the court. Now, the ICC has the opportunity to address this case. While the outcome remains to be seen, the application of international public law is positive step. O yan. Broll also underscored the broader implication for global governance. This is indeed significant. Switzerland, as a small nation, consistently advocates for the defense of international law. The ICC serves as an important instrument in this regard. O ayan, nako, Mr. Broll, ayan, ha? I'm warning you, ha? You better wait for the rest back of the Duterte minions, no? Kasi you are telling what's on your mind, being a member of the ICC, your country, and advocate of human rights. Prepare for the rest back of these Duterte minions who are idiots and dumb-dumb. Okay, o ayan po yung Swiss Ambassador to the Philippines. Tinatawag niyang success yung pagkaka-aresto kay Digong napunta sa ICC, success for international law. Okay, kayo po, ano pong inyong masasabi? Comment down below and don't forget to like and share. Hope to see you in the next videos. Bye-bye. God bless.